boys? Welcome to the first lesson of Crackenomics. How to Meet Woman. Crackenomics, Episode 1. I'm your professor, Rasmus, and I play a lot of Dead by Daylight. That'll be the background footage. But this is all scientific. If you don't like Dead by Daylight, or you don't know what that is, well, that's the background footage. Deal with it. Okay? You're here to learn about how to get girls, how to talk to more. This is actual methods that work in this era. This is like the current patch. Okay? How to get girls in the current patch. You might think this is impossible if you've never done it before, but it is. And I have met people in person and done fun stuff, right, with them. Sure. Because I'm going to call it fun stuff. Right? Plenty of fun stuff people I met in person. That's just common. But what happens more often is I meet somebody online, and then I transfer that, because you can mass form online, bro, crazy style, to the point where you can get like the production is just different in today's game. The current patch, bro, you can just farm, bro. There's no cap on. So let's get off with some myths right away. Okay, some things not to do, because I feel like this is a big else. Tinder and Hinge are not your main go-tos. Let's get that straight. Tinder and Hinge are your back pocket. Once every blue moon, you can get some crazy on that. Okay? Personally. Right? I don't see a lot of results from Tinder. I don't. I'm not ugly. I've gotten a professional ballet dancer off Tinder. Fucking the gold mine. The diamonds. But the thing is, it's so inefficient because it's monetized to not let you succeed unless you actually pay for it. That's why I don't recommend it, because it's literally a paid service. It's like this. Okay, let's say I have a business where we're playing a game, like a circus game, right? And we got to shoot targets with a squirt gun, and knock them over, right? Is it in my best interest to make that game easy? No, because I want to make you have as many attempts as possible to give me more money. So, same logic here with Tinder. It doesn't work. It's stupid. Same with Hinge. Stupid. They have caps. They limit your grind. They can be effective, though, because they are built just for that. So I'll divide kind of this up now. Okay, Facebook dating, solid. At least from testimonies. Personally, I don't use those methods because I don't need to. But I've heard from my friend, it's been kind of solid. Not the best, but not the worst. I would say still Tinder and Hinge are the best out of the dating sphere, personally. Duet, by the way, if you guys seen a lot about that, the radius is way too big. You'll get a shit ton of likes. I think those are inflated, but then also consider this too. It's from different states, right? So you're gonna be seeing everybody on there. So it's not really worth it, my personal opinion. It's just me saying humbly, right? All right. So fuck Tinder and shit. Hinge. Keep it there. Don't get rid of it, because getting rid of it's just getting rid of a source of hoes or crackenomic source, right? Crackenomic income, right? What's another thing we don't want to do? We don't want to not shave. Okay, really quick. If you're a dude and you're between the ages of 14 to like 22, I can help you out. College age to like high school. Dude, shave. If you can't grow a sick ass beard, dude, I only trust the dudes with beards who know that the beard works because they have a girl who tells them it works. You feel me? Right? So I know it for sure works due to the fact that they have results. Shave that shit. For the most part. People weak chin. I have weak chin. I still shave. The thing is, though, I'm you, so it's fine, right? No, I'm joking, right? But I do have a kind of soft chin with like skin below my chin area that does kind of make it into a double chin. it's not a skill issue per se. It's just kind of limitations to the game. But the worst you can do is have hair grow there, and then you look like a fucking chud. Okay, so facial hair, delete. Hairstyle, fine. There's going to be a hairstyle that works for you. That's going to be easy. Whether that's a buzz cut, whether that's just a clean, nice, organized haircut. Even perm. Sometimes it costs a bit of money. Sometimes it's easy as a buzz cut. Okay, if you have some muscle, buzz cut doesn't even, it's not even bad, bro. I'm not gonna lie, bro. Buzz cut is the ultimate neutral haircut to run. It is a reliable ass haircut. I remember I ran that a lot during high school. I would always pull a lot of girls after my buzz cuts, and dude, it was nuts. Yeah, I don't know how it was even possible, but I mean, dude, crazy stuff. All right, with that out of the way, we have the don'ts. Oh, the changes, right? You want to kind of adjust those things. What not to do. Don't use stupid dating apps for the most part. Utilize Snapchat if you are within that 14 to 22 range. The older you get, the worse it is to use. But generally speaking, if you're in high school to early college, Snapchat is a cheat code. I'm talking the best farming technique. Having a good public profile on Snapchat is straight hacks, bro. Because you just get, let's say, if I wanted to, let's say I add people for roughly 30 minutes a day. I checked like every profile, every other profile I added, making sure they were bad. Because sometimes you can't tell from the picture. But if I just said, okay, baddie, just added baddies for 30 minutes, got back 20 ads. And then 10 of them are actually in proximity, which I'll go over crack radius in probably either, actually later in a little bit after I explain this. But yeah, you get the ones that are in your proximity, and then all of a sudden you have 10 new prospects. Okay, and you skip that whole awkward ass can I get your number in person thing. Instead of having to walk around, maybe get numbers on 50-50 balls that are not even that good. Let's be honest. In-person hoes are obviously going to be better, just kind of generally speaking. And having the ability to kind of just sift through that, like skip that step, go straight into the farming techniques and open conversations consistently is key. Okay, so without going to proximity, we're going into chat now because I think that's what people are going to automatically think is next, right? Chatting with a girl on Snapchat is a 50-50 ball, especially if they're bad. If they are bad, there's a few things you could do to circumvent the kind of like the what do you look like bullshit. Okay, if you know they're bad from a pub, don't ask them that immediately. You already know the answer, but you want to ask that once they get interested, because then that's going to be a what I call a telltale sign, because that's basically them revealing their cards a little bit based on what their roster might look like. Okay, I'll go into telltale signs in a little bit too, and I'm gonna wrap this up under 15 minutes. I want to. Okay, but basically, so you want to open up with the where are you from? I don't give a shit if you have their location. This is a perfect way to read the defense. Okay, a telltale sign right here. Because if they respond with just to stay, like let's say if I lived in New York and they responded with NY, that's a dry response. That's a neutral response. It's not negative, it's not positive. Let's get that straight. It's a neutral response. Can be considered negative sometimes. But it's a first text, sure. But she responded. That's the important part. Sometimes they don't respond. Take your L. Hit your needed. Get down, right? Whatever. Take your L. It's okay. After that, what do we do? Figure out where they're from. Oh, that's sick as fuck, bro. I'm also from New York. That's awesome, bro. Wait, are you in college? Because you might see, I see you have, let's say, like a New York State fucking thing in your profile, and you can then guess. So this is like an age, right? Because people are like, oh, I'm not sure if I'm gonna add the right age. Sometimes it's on their pub. sometimes also, if you see what year they graduate, just do the math, bro, and then get their birthday. Because when you add somebody, you always get their birthday. So you always know how old somebody is you add if you have those two just like little just formation setups, right? Either the birthday and then the fucking the year they graduate, or if they have Instagram in their pub, you pull up their Instagram, you go find a graduation post there. Only if they're bad, because you don't want to waste that on every single prospect, but the quality prospects definitely just figure out age right away. Make sure it's all plug and play. It's not like past gen, it's current gen, you know what I'm saying? It's not like early access, bro. You don't want that shit. But okay, let's keep going. We understand how old they are. We understand where they're from. So now we have the proximity game. I personally use this rule of thumb because I'm a chud, okay? If they go outside of an hour from you, from where you currently live, whether that's your dorm, whether that's your house, whether that's your apartment, okay? Hour is crack distance. For me personally, 40 to 60 minutes is gray. 40 to 60 minutes of driving, that 8 hour plus is always cracking personally. Like, if you drive to another college, hang out with a girl, drink, always drink, because you're basically going there to crack. You want to be able to crack. It's just advice. But and always you bring a bottle. Bottles get people drunk way faster and better, more efficient overall. Easy plays. Okay, but now think about it like this. Once I figure out, okay, they're about 40 minutes away. This is where it gauges. If they are really, really hot and they are really, really cool to talk to and they have actually a future, that also matters, by the way. Hot, intelligent, and future, those main three things are to get you anywhere. Because a girl could be a genius, but she could also just be horrible with money. Remember that. If you hit those three things, bro, drive an hour for that girl to date her. Ethical hoops approved. Now, going into, now we're past proximity, okay, and anything underneath 40 minutes, to 40 to 20 minutes, that's kind of the average zone. That's the average date zone. Anything underneath 20 minutes is priority. Okay, that is heads up. This is my area, really close to where I live. This is going to be probably one of the best options. My last ex-girlfriend lived 8 minutes away from me. The ex-girlfriend before that lived 40. I like dating the one that lived 8 minutes away more because it was way easier to get her home on time. It was way easier to do a lot of things because she lived 8 minutes away. Okay? And I made that conscious decision beforehand. And this even if you aren't even trying to be a Crackenomics star at cracking just, this love of the game, and you're just trying to make a few hoops, dude, use this method. Just get the proximity down. Make it as close as possible. Anything under 20 minutes, priority. Okay? Priority picks. Easy. Because those are going to save you on gas money. They're going to save you on everything. Okay? Simple shit. Okay. So now you know how far the proximity game, okay? You understand where they kind of rank. Okay, they're hot, they're close, they're smart. You know what they're doing in college too. Because you asked that question, right? That was your second question you asked. You asked, where are you from? Oh shit, you're in college? Oh, what are you majoring in? Oh, I'm a nurse? Oh, what kind of nurse do you want to be? Because a lot of girls want to be nurses, by the way. Ask them what kind of nurse they want to be. That's going to get you into a whole different level of game. Okay. With that being said, though, we're approaching 15 minutes. I want to make these short. This is the introduction into the early stages of Crackenomics, kind of the Crackenomic theory. I will be going into more text game next time and going up to the first date. If you guys want to see that, hit a like on this video, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.